Did you know that there's 2 ways to manifest anything? We're going to talk about what they are today on Awakening with Amy. Hi, welcome. I'm Amy Valentine, certified life coach, hoping to awaken within you a mindset that you can be, do, and have any desire. And today we're going to talk about the 2 ways to manifest anything. And just to clarify, by manifesting is meant to experience. And we're manifesting all day, every day anyway. This is about becoming more aware, being the conscious creator. Because if you're not creating your own life experience, something or something else is. And what that is, that something or someone else is that subconscious, that just below your consciousness, meaning the programs. Like when we're little kids, we're very sensitive. I mean, even when you're in your mother's womb, we're very sensitive to energy and vibration, and we pick up on the thoughts, the feelings of the adults in our immediate environment. And that gets stored in our subconscious. Now, everything gets stored, so don't let that scare you. The subconscious is just power without direction. So everything is stored there. And what happens is it comes out later in our life, right? When we're adults and we're unaware of how it got there. But just know, it's just because children are sensitive, they pick up the vibrations around them. And that's what's manifesting. When you don't know why you're getting what you're getting, it's because it's just subconscious habits of thought. That's all. And they're all changeable right now. Seth, through Jane Roberts, said your point of power is in the now moment. Why? Then this is so powerful because consciousness, source energy is only responding to you right now. So with the manifesting out of the way, let's talk about the 2 ways that we manifest all the time and how to become more aware of this so we can manifest in the way that helps you, helps you have your ideal. Well, the 2 ways are the ego's way, right? The hard way, or the aligned way, or with your higher self, your inner being. We talked about our inner being last week, our intuition, that connection to the divine mind. And the more aware we become of that real us, that non-physical us that never dies, that's eternal, that's energy that's constantly expanding in the unseen world that we're still connected to, the more aware you become of that, the less aware the ego's voice is in your life. The ego isn't to be fought, it's just to be understood. Because the hard way is I have to manifest through effort, hard work, I have to prove myself. The ego always feels, the lower self always feels unworthy. It's that voice in our head that doubts our abilities. And understand that voice is fear, and it's false evidence appearing real. Judge not by appearances, judge with righteous judgment. That's what Jesus meant. That the doubts and fears are going to be there because in infinity, everything is there. Like in this, dual nature, in this 3D realm that we're physically manifested in, we're going to always have duality. So the key is not to resist it, not to fight the ego, but to understand that voice is the voice of limitation. It always has tunnel vision. And your higher self, your intuition has that higher wisdom, sees the whole picture. It's kind of like your higher self has 20/20 vision. It has perfect vision. And your ego is like, can't see anything. It's all blurry because fear and doubt and worry is clouding its vision. So instead of manifesting via your ego, trying to get things done, trying to manipulate everything in the outer world so you feel better, you want to take your inner being with you. You want to cultivate that relationship. And then that flow comes, right? It's easy. And honestly, it's really who you really are. It feels natural, right? The aligned way. Abraham Hicks says that it's as easy to create a castle as it is a button when you understand the role of your inner being, your higher self, your intuition, that part of you that's connected to the divine mind. So you want to think as the divine mind thinks of you. And that's how you know you're connected to your higher self. That you're already whole and perfect just because you were born. You don't need to earn it. When your ego's voice is saying, you got to work harder, it believes in lack and limitation. And the crazy thing is, yeah, you get some things here and there, you move some stuff around, but you never really feel satisfied or fulfilled, right? So nothing stands between you and your highest ideal and every desire of your heart but doubt and fear. That's Florence Scovel Shinn quote from The Game of Life and How to Play It. She speaks about the higher self as the divine mind, as you being one with the divine mind, and how that divine mind speaks to you is through those urges, through your intuitive urges. The intuition just feels and knows, like your heart just feels and knows and guides you and points you in that direction. It never explains why. So when you find yourself analyzing and overthinking, that's your ego trying to figure it all out. And that's going to cloud your vision. Remember, your higher self has the 20/20 vision. It knows the way. You must have faith in that. Cultivate that faith in that, because if you don't cultivate faith in that higher you, that unconditional love, that everything is already yours just by divine right, that when a desire comes to you, that is your higher self speaking to you, telling you you can have it, you're already living it with me in the unseen realm, then those doubts and fears creep in. If you don't cultivate the relationship with the higher mind, then you're going to be manifesting the hard way. It's going to feel like resistance. It's going to feel tiring. It's going to feel like, I feel like I get somewhere and then I fall back, 10 paces, right? So that connection with your higher wisdom is the aligned way. And Abraham Hicks always says, one person who is aligned with their higher self is more powerful than millions who are not. Really let that sink in, the power and the simplicity of those words. I was talking to a client the other night, and she was telling me that she's a manager, and she's like, Amy, I feel like I get aligned all the time. I listen to Abraham Hicks all the time. She's like, but then I get to work, and within like 20 minutes, I'm like stressing out because I got to put out all these fires. And she's like, what's happening? And I know this is a great example because I get it. And like, I know all of you get it too. It's like we think we're aligned, and we are in that moment. But when we let the outside world inform how we're doing, then we're not really aligned with our higher self. We're aligned to the ego. It's conning us into thinking that we're, feeling good. And what I mean by that is that if you were truly aligned with your higher self, you wouldn't allow those circumstances to fatigue you. It's all about not what's going on out there. It's about what's going on in your consciousness. Really, really, this is really powerful. It's so important to understand this. This is about how to manifest from that intuition, your higher self, so you have more ease. And that creative power in that is, like Abraham says, it's more powerful than anything else. So really understand what you see when you look at anything in your physical life depends not so much on what is really there. It depends on what you see when you look, who you're being when you look. The power in that is immense. I know you can feel that. Who are you being? I asked my client, who are you being when you constantly feel like you're in a good mood until you get to work, and then you feel like this person or that situation is knocking you off that good feeling? Who are you being? And she's like, oh my God, I'm letting them have power, or those situations have power over my alignment. I said, exactly. So who you want to be, You want to bring that 2020 vision, that higher self with you when you're looking at those circumstances. And you will literally see through the eyes of the solution, that there's always a solution, that when the problem happens, the solution happens simultaneously, because in the divine mind, there's no problems. We're here in a physical body to bounce around physical life and have that experience of duality, but it's not to suffer. Remember what A Course in Miracles says, suffering is optional. The only thing that suffering is good for is if it helps you stop suffering. That's what A Course in Miracles says. And it also says that about healing, right? It says, the Course in Miracles says, when you look out there to be healed, you're going to be constantly creating a reality that you're going to be looking outside yourself to be healed. The way to be healed is to go within and come from that higher view that you already are healed. So it's about not faking it. It's about broadening your awareness, becoming more aware of who you really are, your unseen nature, your divine nature. That's what it is to manifest the aligned way in a physical body. So you start to become undisturbed by appearances. Like Neville says, circumstances don't matter. No facts are final. That is why, because in the infinite realm, in the divine mind, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. That's what it means. So when you start to cultivate that relationship, so how do we do that? Well, what I told my client is, I said, I'm going to give you a 48-hour challenge in quotes. And she's like, ooh, okay, what's this? And I said, for 48 hours, just suspend disbelief. Just meaning suspend what you don't believe yet. I said, forget your beliefs or what you believe or don't believe, just suspend it. And just have the intention to go into work as your higher self. Take your higher self with you. So no matter what's going on, no matter how you perceive it, how you react, or whatever they're doing, I said, be immune to it. I said, just practice it for 48 hours, play with it. And then I said, report back to me and let me know how it goes. And then I'll report back to you guys and maybe we'll get another video out of this. I don't know. It depends on what happens. But I intended for her that she was going to have an epiphany. And what I mean by an epiphany is have a broader awareness. Take the vision of your higher self with you. And all that is just becoming aware. Remember, it's the conscious mind that is only in the now moment. That gets to direct the subconscious. So you want to use your conscious mind to ponder things that your higher self ponders. What does your higher self ponder? Everything in your heart's desire. You can have it, you can be it, you can do it. What does your lower self ponder? Limitation and lack. That's the hard way, that you have to prove your worthiness. That you have to, do something to be better. And remember, that's always a trick. The game of life is about waking up in the dream, waking up with that higher, that unseen you, thinking through that divine mind, through non-resistance, resisting nothing. Through love, the higher, the unconditional love, cultivating that within you through any way you can, through meditation, through journaling, through listening to high vibrational music, walking in nature, taking a bath, laughing with your friends, whatever. Only you can know what that is for you. And faith. And we all have faith in something, whether we know it or not. And if we have faith in fear, then we're putting faith in the ego, in the limited world, that foggy, blurry vision, right? When we have faith in our higher self, in our intuition, then we let that love that we truly are guide us. And now we have 2020 vision. And so remember, it's not what you do. Who are you being when you look at anything in your life? Are you looking through the lens of, I have to fix this? I got to do something to be better? which is hard and it feels really exhausting, or you're looking through the eyes of your higher self that only sees everything as an opportunity for you to manifest more of what you truly love in your life. And that's the two ways to manifest, the hard way or the aligned way. And I encourage you to become aware of that and choose. And you get to choose daily, moment to moment. So choose, no matter how many times you fall, your inner being is always there with you. And it never is judging you. You don't need to fix yourself. You're already whole and perfect. That's how your inner being, your higher self, sees you. So cultivate that relationship any way you can. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking and sharing the video. That's how we get the message out there. And I loved all your comments last week. Keep them coming. Any questions, put them in the comments below, or even email me at amy@avlifecoaching.com. I'd love to hear from you. And also subscribe to the channel and have a wonderful day.